Hello, everyone, and welcome to my Language World presentation, Weaving Magic into MFL using AI and Padlet to develop all four skills. My name is Joe Dell. I'm a former languages teacher. I taught French for 13 years, 3 years at secondary school level, and then 10 years at middle school level. For the last 15 years or so, I've been an independent languages consultant. And in recent years, I've been focusing on how we can use AI in languages as well as across the curriculum. My contact details are on the screen, so that's my email address, my Twitter X handle. I'm also on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Blue Sky as well if you want to connect with me after this presentation. Okay, so we have a lot to get through, so I'm going to crack on. This is what we're going to try and cover in the next 30 minutes. As you can see, I'm going to be focusing on Padlet and in particular the AI features referred to as Magic Padlet, in Padlet, and how we can use this for promoting listening, speaking, reading, writing, and phonics in MFL teaching, as well as many other things as well. Okay, so the first idea is listening, and then we're going to have a look at phonics as well. Okay, so let's go straight into Padlet, which looks like this. If you haven't created a Padlet account before, you can create one for free and make up to 3 Padlets with a free account. You just have to use a Microsoft or Google email address, go to padlet.com, and just go through the different steps to sign up. Once you've done that, I would recommend that you click on your profile. Here, you go to where it says Settings. Having clicked on Settings, you then go to where it says Basic Info, and you scroll down to where it says Account Type, which is here. You click on the pencil tool and you make sure that you've selected Teacher. Having done that, I would recommend that you also flick the switch next to beta features, which will give you access to some features such as audio commenting, which obviously in a languages lesson is going to be very useful. So to get started, we're going to explore some of these AI recipes which are here, which the Padlet team have added recently. So I'm going to click on Custom Board, which is my favorite option. And from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a particular prompt, which is the following. I'm a teacher. I want to create first 100-word text in A1 level French describing the morning routine of a 13-year-old called Bob. Next, create 10 columns with one multiple choice question with 4 possible answers in a vertical list, each named question 1, question 2, etc. about the text, no images. So I click Create. And then what will happen is Padlet will use the AI to generate a magic Padlet in no time at all. You can see it says creating your magic Padlet. And if you've used the same prompt a number of times, then it does this quite quickly. And then you can then customize the Padlet as you would normally as soon as it has done its magic and has appeared. So in no time at all, there we are, here it is. It appears like this. And you can see that we've got our text here and we've got our different questions. Okay. So obviously in a real situation, you would obviously check that for accuracy, etc. You could use this for reading, but as we're focusing on listening, that's what we're going to do right now. So to start off with, I'm going to click on the cog option. I can change here where it says reading. I can change that to listening like this. And then from there, what we can do is we can do things like change the wallpaper if we wanted to. So we could go for, say, a solid color like this. And then further on, we could scroll down. We can, for example, click on the comments option and we can allow new comments. And here's a nice little trick. You can deselect everything and only select the audio recorder option if you wanted the students to record their voice giving an answer, which I think could be very useful. In addition to that, what you can do is turn on moderation like this, click on manual. And that means that you can approve all the comments as they come in, which is going to be very useful if you don't want all these students to see each other's answers, which I would imagine most of you wouldn't. Okay, so from there, what you would then do is you would click on the 3 dots here, go to where it says Edit Post, and now we can take this text, this lovely transcript, right-click it and click Cut. From there, what we do is we click the +13 option. We go to where it says AI Speech, which used to be called Talk for Me, but Padlet changed this recently, and we're going to paste this into the box. You can see that I've used 388 characters out of a possible 1,000. So essentially you could fill this whole box if you wanted to. And the language is automatically being recognized. So I can go here. You can see that you've got lots of different languages, every language that you would want. And here I'm going to choose French. Now I click Next. It will now generate the audio using text to speech. And it sounds like this.
Bob a 13 ans. Il se réveille à 7 heures du matin.
Okay, and then from here, we can click the 3 dots. We can change the playback speed like this.
Il se lève et va à la salle de bain. Il se brosse les dents et se lave le visage.
Here we are. And then you click save, and then you click update. Now, from here, we can press play.
Bob a 13 ans. Il se réveille à 7 heures du matin.
You can see that it adds captions automatically, which is fantastic. You can also download the audio as well. So this is a completely free way of making audio versions of text in different languages, which is fantastic. So that's wonderful. Now, to share this with students, what you would do is you would go to the share option. You can either click on the copy link to board, share that link via Teams or Google Classroom, etc. You can also generate a QR code. If you have iPads, for example, they can scan the QR code and they can then access the Padlet on their mobile devices like that. So once they got access to the Padlet, what they would do is they would listen to the audio. So let me go back and do that again. So the first question is, how old is Bob? Let's have a listen again.
Bob a 13 ans. Il se
Bob à 13 ans. We could either ask the students to write in the answer. We could put in, for example, letter B like that. But the problem with that is that everyone will see everyone else's answers unless you've got moderation turned on, which I do have here. And because as I'm the teacher, that's why it's appearing. But if I was a student, it wouldn't appear. I'll show you that in more detail in a second. So here you can see it says audio recorder, and I can record my voice. I could say, for example, Bob à 13 ans, and I can click playback and click save. So that audio comment will appear for everyone to see because I'm logged in as a teacher. But if I wasn't logged in as a teacher, what I could do is the following. I could click here. I could go to copy link to board. I could create a new incognito window, which means I don't need to be logged in. Right click paste and then open up the page. Here we are. Okay, so what I could now do is I could click on the plus icon, audio recorder, and I could record the answer. Bob à 13 ans. Play back and save. And this time what will happen when I click the send option is I'm automatically given a made up name, a nickname. So this time I'm being called Blushing Trout, and then you click done. Okay, I'm not logged in, and you can see here it says awaiting approval. So if I now come out of this and go back to here, as you can see now, I can, as a teacher, I can now choose to approve or reject this. I can still listen to the audio like this. Bob à 13 ans. So I can hear all the students' recordings, and I can choose whether I approve it, reject it, or do nothing at all. I don't have to do anything at all. If I approve it, everyone can then hear that audio like that. So hopefully that's nice and clear. Now, another thing that you can do in this context is you can click on the arrow here and you can go down to where it says export as PDF and you can click generate. This is if you want to turn the quiz questions into a Google quiz or a Microsoft quiz. So to do that, what we do is we first of all, we generate the PDF, which shouldn't take long to do. Okay, there we are. And then what we do from there is we then select all the text. I would do this first of all before I've added any audio commenting, but it will work anyway. No problem at all. From there, what you do is you install the Chrome extension called Brisk Teaching, which I've done already. You then go to a new Google Doc and you will see the little icon here hovering for Brisk Teaching because of the fact that I've got that extension installed. So I then click on the create option and quiz. I will then write something like, if I've got this all ready for you, that's not there, that's interesting. There we are. I will put this in, which is create 10 multiple choice questions using only this text. The reason this other text is here is because it's remembered from a previous example of what I was doing. So I'm going to get rid of all of that and I'm going to paste in the text again that I've just copied. Right, so I choose the grade level. Let's go for 7th grade, multiple choice, 10 questions. I've chosen French, that's all fine. Then you click next and you choose the Google form option. So that will now turn this into a Google quiz in no time at all. So you click the brisket button and then what should happen is we should have the Google quiz appearing live before our eyes as if by magic. So you can see here it says new quiz. That's going to change in a second or two. There we are. And you can see all the questions exactly the same are all there. But this time when the students answer it, they'll only be able to answer themselves. They won't be able to see anyone else's answer. Okay, and if I click on this, you can see that all the correct answers have been automatically assigned, and 1 point per question has been assigned as well. And then to share this, all you have to do is click on the little link option here, copy responder link, copy that, and share that with the students. Okay. Now, another thing that you can do is you can go to ChatGPT, and I've got a custom GPT installed called MS Forms Master, which is really cool. So all I'm going to do now is paste in this text like that, and you can see I'm just going to send it in like this. Okay, and as you can see, it's coming up with the questions. It's put in the correct answer as ANS:B, and that will allow the Microsoft quiz to work out what the correct answer is. So here, what you'd have to do is you have to just manually go through and change that because I haven't said what the correct answers are. So
Quiz style, la routine de Bob. Multiple choice question.
okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say oui, because it's asking me to create a Word document, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm now going to download that as a Word document. And then from there, what I'd have to do is go through and where it says ANS colon, put in the correct answer. But for now, we've got the first one is correct because of the fact that I've put that in that PDF. If I'd given the correct answers, it would have been able to work it out. I haven't done that. So that would just be something you have to add yourself personally. So if I now click on that,
Le quiz a été exporté avec succès en format MS Word.
there we
Vous
are.
pouvez le télécharger en cliquant sur le lien ci-dessous.
There we are. So I've just done that now. I now need to go to Microsoft Forms. I click Quick Import. I click Upload from this device. Of course, you need an Office 365 account for this to work. I click Open and choose Quiz. As a result of that, that will now convert my Word document, which I've created using that MS Forms Master, which was created by a language teacher called Jacobo Puig. I click Start Review, and it should look like this. There we are. Can you see? Because I've got a tick there because of the fact I put ANS and then B. So you'd just have to go through and manually say what the correct answer is and assign a point. Or if you put the correct answers in ChatGPT and then run the custom GPT, then that will work out what the correct answer is because you've told it. Okay. Again, having done that, you click Collect Responses. You choose anyone can respond, copy link, share that with the students, and then they can then fill in the quiz, etc. Okay. Now, the next idea we're going to have a look at is phonics. So this time I'm going to go back to here. I'm going to click Custom Board. And this time I'm going to use this prompt, which is I want to create one column with images for words with the wa sound in French. I know all my examples are in French, but of course you just change the sound, the language, etc. Include the word for each image and the IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet, not a description. Write a basic sentence including the word, create an image to depict the sentence, no English. So I click Create right now. And then what that's going to do is it's going to generate, again, a Padlet using AI. And in no time at all, we should then be able to see the different posts with different images and different text, including examples using the wa sound in French. So as you can see, there we are. It's all done it. That's perfect. Okay. That looks very good. The language is not too difficult. It's been able to do that correctly. And now what you would do is you would enable commenting again. So we could click here. We could go down to where it says comments, turn on comments, allow new comments, and then click deselect all and just again use audio recorder. Okay, you then click save like that, and that's all good. Okay, now let's have a quick look at this. Let's just see if there's anything we want to change. Right, so here you've got the black cat is sleeping on the canapé. You've got two cats here. So what we could do is we could click here. We could click Edit Post. Okay. And then we could click Remove. Having done that, we could then click the +13 option and we could go to where it says AI Image, which is used to be called I Can't Draw, but now is now called AI Image. And then I'm going to write the black cat sleeps on the sofa. And then what it will do is it will generate 4 images for me, and I will then choose one of those, and it will then replace the previous image with the new version. And that's useful if the text is not quite matching the image. Of course, you can edit the text as well, but this is quite a nice thing to do to explore the AI features, the AI feature for generating images. So we'll just wait to see how long it takes to draw this image. And here we are, I've got 4 images, perfect. So I'm going to choose this one, and then I'm going to click update. There we are. And there it is. So if there are any discrepancies, just regenerate the image or click 3 dots, edit, and then you can then edit the text here instead, like that. Okay. But that's okay. I'm not going to do that right now because that's all good. But that's what you could do if you wanted to. And then just click update. Another nice feature that you can have as well is if you click the share option. This is new in Padlet. And we go down, it says download all files. So I can click download all files, and that will allow me to download all the images or all the content from the Padlet all in one zip folder, which is very, very nice and useful, particularly if you're limited to the 3 Padlets. You can easily export everything, as you can see, like that. And then you would just then extract those files from that zip folder like that. Okay. Now, having done that, another thing you could do is click on the slideshow mode, and then you could do some whole class drilling. So here, what you could do is you could say, for example, je vois une belle étoile dans le ciel. The whole class could repeat. Likewise, l'oiseau chante dans l'arbre, and so on and so forth. And then what you could then do is ask the students to record themselves saying the different expressions. So here, for example, I could add a comment in the same way that I showed you previously by clicking on the plus icon, audio recorder, and away we go. So, le chat noir dort sur le canapé. Playback and save. Click save. There we are. Again, you could have moderation turned on if you wanted to. It would be up to you. And therefore, everyone can practice those sounds, that particular phonic sound, really easily via the Padlet. Okay, so that's how that one works as well. So that's listening and phonics. We're now going to go into speaking, and we're going to look at the photo card for the new GCSE as well. So to get started with that, what we're going to do is I'm going to go back to Padlet and wait till we get back to the dashboard. There we are. And I'm going to click on custom board. And this time I'm going to use the speaking prompt that I've got set up, which is I want to create 30 columns, name student 1, student 2, etc. For the first column, call it teacher questions. For the student columns, leave them blank. Don't include the written answers for the students. So I now click create. And again, Padlet's going to do its magic. And then we should get a teacher column and then 30 student columns. And the idea here is you would choose your topic and you would record your questions using your voice or using text-to-speech in the way that I've shown you. And you would then ask the students to record their answers. Okay, so as you can see, we've got the Padlet there. We've got 30 students. Let's imagine that's the number in your class. And then from here, we can click the plus icon. Now you can see here that it says plus 13, but what we can do is we can actually change that around a little bit to give less choice. So we can click on the cog option. We can go down to where it says post fields like this. We can go to where it says subject. And instead of it saying subject, we could put in answer. I'll say why I've chosen that in a moment, as opposed to question. So I save that now. I click on attachment. And again, I can click on the none option. And all I want to have here is the audio recorder feature. Okay, turned on. Then I click save, like that. Under the body, if I don't want the students to write anything, I can click hide and click save. That means they can't write on their own post. They have to record their audio instead. Lovely. Okay, so I've done that. Let's go down to comments as well. I can turn on comments if I wanted to. I can again click deselect all and choose audio recorder and click save. Now what that allows me to do now is the following. As the teacher, I can click here and I could put in question 1 like that. And then you can see it just says audio recorder. So I could, let's imagine we're doing a topic like school and opinions. I could say, for example, quelle est ta matière préférée à l'école? What's your favorite subject at school? I click playback and save like that. And then I click publish. Okay, I would then repeat the same process for question 2, question 3, etc. The students, having shared the link with them, would then listen to the question 1. And as you can see, now it says answer 1. That reminds them to write, or it says answer. That would remind them to then write answer 1 or answer 2, depending on which answer they are giving for which question. Now, they can't write anything. They can only record their voice. So, ma matière préférée à l'école est le français parce que c'est super cool et j'adore mon professeur. So I love French. It's super great and I like my teacher. There we are. So I then click save. Perfect. Publish. And now the teacher could listen to that like this. Ma matière préférée à l'école est le français, etc. And then what the teacher could then do is leave an audio comment. Lovely pronunciation, Joe. Well done. Great effort. Keep up the good work. Okay, etc., etc. Or obviously you could leave that comment in the target language as well if you wanted to. There we are. And that would enable the students to leave comments as well if you wanted them to do that, but you can turn on moderation the way that I've shown you already. There we are. That's that idea. And then let's go to another Padlet. Of course, using that Padlet, they could do the that at home as a homework if you wanted them to, etc., or in class. Right. The next one is for the photo card, which is, as you can see, quite a long prompt. I want to create 10 distinct images for practicing the GCSE photo card in French. Each one is specifically designed to help students apply the Palm W, e.g. people, action, location, mood, weather, mnemonic. Ensure every image includes at least 2 people and it clearly depicts different actions, locations, moods, and weather conditions to cover a wide range of scenarios. For each image, include the following questions: people, action, location, mood, weather. Do not include a written description for each image. So I now click create. And what that will now do, hopefully, is create a brand new Padlet with different posts in it, with different images, and then those questions that will then appear. And then the idea would be that you would then enable commenting again, and the students can then record their voice practicing the photo card as a way of revising what they need to do. And of course, again, you could change the images if you wanted to in the way that I've shown you using the AI image option. For the previous one as well, you could use that for the read aloud task as well. You could have in the teacher column, you could add an image of 5 sentences the students have to read aloud. They could then do that using the audio recorder feature, and you could leave audio comments as well if you wanted to. So hopefully that's nice and clear, and hopefully this Padlet will appear in a moment and we'll be able to see what it looks like. If you don't use Palm W, use some other mnemonic for the GCSE photo card. Obviously you would change it accordingly. So it's all about the prompt, but because you're seeing the prompt live on the screen, you can just adapt it accordingly. So I'm hoping the Padlet is going to appear. That's the beauty of doing all of these things live. When I've done this previously, it has been okay, but it might be because it's sort of drawing on lots of different images. It might be that it takes a little bit longer, but it's working right now, which is great. And as you can see, there we are. Can you see? You've got these different images that have come up like that. So then what you would do is you would go down to say comments, turn those on, allow new comments, deselect all, and use the audio recorder one only. So click save, like that. Okay, and then here, for example, as a student, I could click on this and I could then have a quick practice at giving the example. Dans la photo, il y a 2 garçons qui jouent au foot. Ils sont contents, il pleut et c'est super intéressant. Okay, play back and save. I may not have got all of that right, but you get the idea. Okay. Okay, I then send that in, Again, I can turn on moderation if I want to, and away you go. Okay, so that's how you can practice for the photo card using Padlet. Right, let's crack on. Okay, so we've done listening and speaking so far. If we then move on to the next idea, next is reading. For this one, in Padlet, what we're going to do is, I'm not going to use the custom board this time. I'm going to use the one that's called assessment polls. Okay, so here what we're going to do is we will say the subject. We'll call it French. We'll go for grade 8, which are American grades. We'll write the perfect tense as the topic, and then we'll go for basic, and then I'm going to put in this prompt. Create 10 multiple choice questions on the perfect tense in A2 level of French, e.g. which auxiliary verb is used with most verbs to form the passive composite in French, and then you've got different examples here. So AI in general loves a model. So if you give it a model, it should do a good job for you. Again, you'd have to check everything for accuracy. You might have to change a few things around, edit a few things, but it should give you a first pass, as it were, a starting point, and you can then go from there. Okay, so there we are. So we've got our different questions here. Again, you would share this with the students via the share option, and they can then all vote, and then all the votes will appear on the screen. It's not going to be self-marking. It's just going to say the number of the percentage of people that have gone for a particular answer, and then you can then see which is the most popular answer, which doesn't necessarily mean it's the correct answer, but it's the most popular one, and then go from there. So that's how you can practice reading using assessment polls. Okay, and then the last one is writing. We're going to look at discussion board. This is really for older ones, I would suggest. Let's say Key Stage 4 or A level. And so here, what you can do, we'll use a topic like l'environnement. We'll go for grade 11. We'll click generate, and we're going to now get discussion ideas on the topic of the environment. So we'll see what it's going to come up with. There we are. So we've got these different ones that have come up. Right, let's go for that one. That's quite a good one, about the convenience or inconvenience of cars, which are electric. Okay, and then again, all you'd have to do is choose whether you want to have a question and response or a debate. If I go for the question and response option and click next, like this, you can either use one of these options here or write your own. Let's just click on this one, and then you can see the commenting is added automatically. Again, you could then turn it into audio comments if you wanted to, but as we're focusing on writing now, you'd want them to write their comments, and you could do that. You can also disable all the other multimedia options so they can only write as well. And that's it. And then you can add more questions as well, and then they can then carry on from there. And the idea is that everyone can see each other's answer, so it's almost like a type of scaffolding, if you like, for the weaker ones can see the better answers and can then go from there. So if we now click next, you can then share that with the students via the link option in the way that I've shown you already. Okay, great. That was very quickly writing. So as you can see, you can use Padlet for all 4 skills very easily. Just to finish off with, we're going to look at this option as well, which is how you can harness a sentence builder. So I've got a sentence builder here on Esmeralda Salgado's blog. As you can see, sentence builders at Key Stage 4. This is the sentence builder, which is here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into ChatGPT like this. And I'm going to say, using as many of the words in this image as possible, write a 100-word text on the topic of holidays and opinions in A2 level Spanish. Okay, so then you click the plus icon, you click upload from computer, you then go to here, find the image, which is the sentence builder, and then send it in like this. There we are. So in this blog post, that's the sentence builder. I've just right-clicked, downloaded it. I have had permission from Esmeralda to do so. And now what should be happening is we get our text appearing like this. So this is how you can harness a sentence builder in this way and get as many of the words as possible from the sentence builder into the text. Then from there,
Aquí tienes un texto de 100 palabras.
there we are. From there, what you can do is you can copy that. You can go to the multilingual profiler. You can choose the language. You can choose AQA. You can choose higher. You can choose reading. I'm now going to paste the text in, and it will now allow me to see the percentage of words, which is, look, 96% from the sentence builder are here in the text, which is great. And all you have to do now is change the words which are not in the aligned with AQA exam board vocabulary lists. We could do the same thing with Edexcel and see if that that's even 98%. There we are. So by using the modeling profiler, it allows us to work out the percentage of words which are aligned with the vocabulary lists from the GCSE exam boards for AQA, Edexcel, etc. And you can also add in your own custom list as well if you want to, like that. Okay, so that's how you can use the modeling profile in conjunction with AI. Okay, you can also do this in Claude, which is a similar tool to ChatGPT. That's the multilingual profiler. And we just had a look at writing as well. So that's all done as well. And we've looked at what used to be called I Can't Draw is now the AI image for generating images for writing practice, speaking practice, etc. Okay, that was Brisk as well that we've looked at quickly. And the MS Forms Master, you've got the link there if you want to add that to your own ChatGPT. So to conclude, what I've tried to do in a short amount of time is show you how you can use the new AI features in Padlet for promoting all four skills in a very practical way. You've got the recording. You can watch it back as many times as you want to with the pause button. And I would just encourage you to try these things out for yourself. If you don't know, I've got a Facebook group called Language Teaching with AI. There's 5,400 members plus. Great place to share ideas with other like-minded people. And if you would like to consider purchasing the recent recordings from my Language Teaching with AI webinar series, which around 150 language teachers from around the world have done, then you can find out more about that there as well if you'd like to. And there's the presentation. So thank you ever so much, everyone. I really hope you found this useful. And just try these things out. Get in touch if you want any more help or support, and I'd be delighted to help you with that. Thanks ever so much, everyone. Take care.